Call 1-800-957-0215 or visit tryeyecandi.com. That's 1-800-957-0215. Order now.
Mike Ludlum is now on WZMQ 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, new details about the cancellation of the Copper Dog sled dog races up in the Keweenaw. Hear from the race director about what the trails are like right now up north. Plus, of the FIS tournament in about 10 days and organizers' plans for the international competition. And after a denial of federal funds for repairs to flooding damage from last spring in the UP, the state funding now available for counties for help. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Air for the first time in weeks, it seems. I actually have fresh snow in my yard. I'm actually kind of hoping we get a little more.
I know, it was crazy this past weekend. I looked out, it was just all green in my yard too, but now we do have some snow. There were some skiers and snowboarders actually coming down the mountain here behind us. Temperatures around 19, 21 degrees at the moment at Marquette Mountain, and we have flurries continuing. It's going to be on and off all week. I'll have the outlook for you with that. Those temperatures very cool at the moment, and they're going to get even chillier this evening. I'll go over that as well as your Valentine's Day forecast and Festival of the Sled Dog that's coming up after the break.
Thanks, Air. We're learning new details tonight about the decision to cancel the Copper Dog sled dog races. The race director says some of the trails up north are bare ground. The board decided last night to cancel the Copper Dog 150, 80, 30, and 15 races for the first time ever the weekend of March 1st. The race director says it ultimately came down to safety. She says the Keweenaw would need a few feet of snow to create an adequate snow base.
So what we have on the trail right now is about 2 to 3, maybe 4 inches of like dust. You would need like 3 feet of snow to be able to basically set a snow hook properly. And the snow hook is what stops a sled dog team from having an accident.
The races will be replaced by a community festival and some smaller sled dog competitions that weekend. We have the details at WZMQ19.com. The FIS Continental Cup ski jump competition at Pine Mountain is just a little more than a week away, and organizers say it's still a go. 8 countries will be joining the competition this year and about 42 ski jumpers. Even though several events around the UP have been canceled because of the weather, organizers say the jump is ready and there is still enough snow base at the landing for the competition.
See behind me, there's lots of snow on the landing hill, and we're going to make a little bit more snow. So no problem with that. The tower, it's a ceramic track that we fill with slush.
The competition is scheduled to start on Friday the 23rd and run through that Sunday. Fans will get a chance to meet competitors for pictures and autographs upstairs at the Pine Mountain Ski Resort next Thursday evening. We'll have those details at WZMQ19.com. The 8 UP counties that experienced damage during last spring's flooding are eligible for state emergency assistance to help with repairs. Following the denial of an appeal for federal funds last month, the counties are still dealing with over $10 million worth of damage. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has the report.
Aid might be on its way for UP counties that experienced some severe flood damages last spring. After being denied assistance from the Federal Emergency Management Association, UP legislators are still working to make sure their districts can perform the necessary repairs and upgrades.
There's formulas that FEMA follows, and it is proportional to our population.
Just last week, 9 different counties downstate were awarded FEMA funds for individual assistance. Lieutenant Steve DeRusha, the Upper Peninsula's Emergency Management and Homeland Security Coordinator, explained that there's a different set of criteria for individual versus public assistance with FEMA. The UP counties filed for public assistance, which has an $18 million threshold for damages that wasn't met, leaving local municipalities with an excess of damages they still need to address.
That is what really leaves us in this unfortunate situation. There really are federal rules that need to change to take into account that we're getting more extreme snows, more extreme rainstorms.
According to Michigan's Emergency Management Act, upon the declaration of a state of disaster disaster or emergency, the governor can authorize funds from the State Disaster and Emergency Contingency Fund. Through the act, Marquette, Houghton, and Iron counties would receive $500,000 each, and the other 5 would be eligible for $250,000 each. But the state relief is contingent upon the counties exhausting their available resources first. And with drastic weather changes still causing issues in the state, the representatives are worried about the much-needed repairs and upgrades across the western UP. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
In Washington, a couple of months ago, the House voted to expel New York Republican Representative George Santos after an ethics report accused him of breaking the law. Today, New York voters will decide who should replace him. It's a seat that's being closely watched and could have a huge impact in Congress. Our Washington, D.C. correspondents Brendan Scanlon and Rachel Knapp join us live from the U.S. Capitol with more. Rachel and Brendan, good evening.
Hey there, Sarah. Good evening. Well, this special election in Long Island between former Democratic Congressman Tom Suozzi and Republican Mazi Pilip has drawn in millions of dollars and attracted a lot of national attention for a few reasons. One of the big reasons is because it can kind of serve as a bellwether to see how voters in swing districts are feeling in this crucial election year, Rachel.
That's right. Just looking back on 2020, Biden won that district by about 8 points. And then 2 years later, the freshman Republican Congressman George Santos, he then won that district over by about 7 points. So again, just as Brendan just mentioned, people are using as a barometer for 2024 and just to see how voters are voting on issues both for local and national issues like crime, immigration, the economy, things like that, which could really have a huge impact here in Washington.
And then, of course, another one of the really big reasons is the implications this race will have in Washington, D.C. The U.S. House already very, very narrowly split, narrowly divided. If Democrats pick up the seat, that is one less seat for Republicans, and we've already seen the impact of a very narrow majority for Republicans, whether it's the speaker vote from earlier this fall or from as recent as last week with that failed impeachment vote for DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. I should note, however, that Republicans are moving on that impeachment vote this evening. They are expected to now have the votes that they need for that impeachment vote.
And not only just that, but we saw the Senate recently pass the National Security Supplemental. That provides aid for Ukraine, Israel, the Indo-Pacific, and now it's moved over to the House. So really depending on who wins this seat, it could also have a huge impact on how that legislation, if it gets stalled or if it does move forward. So Sarah, we've got a lot of things to watch here in Washington and of course that race out in New York. Back to you.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up after this break. Plus, Lucky in Love in Iron Mountain, the city's new initiative to promote a sense of community by sharing some stories. We'll have those details. And later, celebrating 140 years of healthcare in Delta County. We're back after this.
The FBI's are back.
Is there going to be another attack?
I'm trying to find the guy who tried to kill my team.
This hack could be one guy and a laptop.
Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be so happy together.
Hang on.
Baby, the skies will be blue.
CBS Tuesday is FBI Night.
Hopefully they don't send us the bill for that.
New seasons tonight, 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
In a sketch against time.
Hangman, and Handyman.
Handyman, correct!
Stick figures.
This is a judgment-free zone, but this is a terrible hand. And this is just a stick figure, but it doesn't matter. It got the job done.
Will do just fine. Pictionary, weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
I'm Sophia Murphy at the Capitol in Lansing, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
To all the comforters, we're here for you. We see all the comfort you give, And we'd like to give some back to you, with a source of comfort for everyone. Experience the redesigned Serta Perfect Sleeper.
Save during the President's Day sale. Going on now. Shop chunks of Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Temps primarily in that 20-degree range. It is sweater weather. I'm excited about that for sure. Let's look, though, at our monthly average for this winter has been about 19.7 degrees. The average from 91 to 2000 was about 15.8. So, yes, we've been a little bit warmer. But again, it is that El Nino year, so those warmer temperatures can be expected as well. Tonight, Mardi Gras, we've got snow showers. Those are slowing down. And then we'll expect those clouds to decrease this evening, going from mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies and about 10 to 20 degrees. If you're looking for your next holiday, take a quick snapshot. I'll actually post this on the website there, but our next winter is only 312 days away. Hopefully it looks a little bit different than what we've been seeing this winter. We'll, like I said, have that light snow continuing. We're going to warm up tomorrow a little bit, 30 to 40 degrees, and then we're dropping back down 25 to 35 on our Thursday, and it is going to be blustery out there. We could see maybe up to 3 inches of snow on that Thursday. A light dusting, though, into our Wednesday, and then we'll kind of slow down, get a blanket here or there, and then by 11 o'clock on our Thursday there, maybe 1 inch in Houghton, a little bit more in Ironwood, but again, that precipitation has just been lacking here in the UP. As you can take a look at our previous winter total, we had about 265.1 inches, and then this season so far we've had 64.3, but you know what? I'm just hoping that we beat the lowest total, which was only 95.2 back in 1972. We only need, 30 some more inches, so do your Heike Lunta dance and just put some positive vibes out there. So like I mentioned, those snow showers slowing down. We've got another system coming in here, and then a lot more activity over the other Great Lakes and along that northeast coast there. But those clouds decreasing this evening, and then as we take a look for the rest of the week, those snow showers primarily hanging out along our Keweenaw Peninsula as well as this north coast. Could reach down in the south there, but it's going to be fairly dim as far as accumulations down south. Winds primarily coming out of the north and west this evening, fairly calm, but again, I mentioned things are going to get a little bit gusty on our Wednesday evening into our Thursday. We could see gusts up to about 30 miles an hour as we take a look there across the UP. Most of that high breezes are going to be along that northwest coast, especially Ontonagon, all the way up to Eagle Harbor. And then our 7-day outlook for Marquette. Valentine's Day, we've got a 20% chance of snow showers here. Those gusts 20 miles an hour. We're going to be breezy again on that Thursday, 25, and then the UP Festival of the Sled Dog coming up with some snow showers, very cold temperatures.
Thanks, Air. The Iron Mountain DDA is taking story submissions for a new way to promote a sense of community. The DDA is inviting everyone to write in about a time they felt lucky in love in downtown Iron Mountain. The promotion starts tomorrow, just in time for Valentine's Day, with a chance to win a gift basket with donations from local businesses. We'll have a link for story submissions at WZMQ19.com. Our 19 News Insights is on the way next. We are talking with Marquette Algerisa about how it's focusing on mental health and wellness. That conversation is 2 minutes away.
I had a brain aneurysm in the year 2000 here. No one was going to hire someone that had a disability or whatever. I went through a program here at Goodwill well over 20 years ago, and they hired me as soon as I was able to come back to work. They hired many people with disabilities and stuff and get them back into the workforce. My favorite thing I work at Marquette Goodwill is just interacting with the people. It's great atmosphere here and great people here. Goodwill treats everyone really good. So it's like a second chance almost, I was going to say. It really gets you back on your feet.
Shop and donate to your local Goodwill.
Baraga County Memorial Hospital, continually striving to improve the well-being of our community. Care is not just a service, it's a way of life. February is Heart Month, and BCMH is excited to welcome renowned local cardiologist Dr. Vakivagis from the Keweenaw. We're currently booking cardiology appointments and accepting new patients. Baraga County Memorial Hospital. Our family caring for your family.
Need to get from point A to point B quickly, efficiently, safely? The Marquette County Transit Authority is your ticket to ride. Friendly drivers operate clean, blue and white buses throughout Marquette County 365 days a year. Seniors 60 plus ride free every Wednesday. For information about routes and tickets, click on marktran.com. We keep you moving. Marquette Transit.
CBS Thursday has the good stuff all night long.
You're darn tootin' we do.
Wow. With the final season of Young Sheldon.
Yes!
The show we all believe in, Ghosts.
Are there ghosts in here right now?
Yeah, there certainly are.
And then it's the new season of So Help Me Todd.
Todd.
We're an unstoppable team. Let's go. New Thursday night on CBS. Mwah! It all starts Thursday, 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
It's been an ongoing discussion for the last few years. Youth mental health and ensuring children and their parents have access to resources to keep their minds healthy. Marquette Algerisa is highlighting a new program that is helping with just that. Joining us is the Director of Mental Health Services, Dr. Jen Shavina. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us about this new day treatment program and how that all got started.
Sure. So day treatment, it's been a discussion that came out of really the community identifying a need in the continuum of services that we offer for youth mental health. We have a quarterly meeting called the Wellness Task Force, and that's really where we identified this need, and we decided to apply for a grant and get this program up and running to address that need.
What services will be offered at the day treatment program?
So it's an educational program with a heavy emphasis on mental health treatment. So in a partnership between Marquette Algerisa and Great Lakes Recovery Center, we are able to offer education throughout the day, but also mixed in will be group therapy, individual therapy, access to psychiatric care. So really a place where students can get the treatment that they need when they're really struggling with their behavioral and mental health.
Sure. Now, day treatment, what does that kind of include? Is this kind of like I almost think of it maybe as like a child care center or maybe an after-school program. What's kind of the format of what this is going to look like?
Well, our pilot project, because we need to start with a pilot so that we can collect the efficacy data that we need to hopefully get the funding by the state eventually to expand. But our pilot project is for youth ages 12 to 18. So we will be serving adolescents with significant mental health needs who really have a difficult time functioning in a typical school environment. So they will attend what would be considered the normal time for a school day, around 8 to 2:30 or 3. And they will receive their educational services in that setting, but also receive their therapy throughout the day while they are there on site.
Got it. So this will be a whole new facility then. Is there a location where this is going to be yet?
So our pilot classroom, we are starting at Teaching Family Homes out on Silver Creek Drive. So that is where we will start, and then eventually we hope to have multiple classrooms in a building that can fulfill our needs for that. To grow.
Yeah, for parents who are thinking, maybe I want to learn more information, what should they be thinking about of whether their child would benefit from this or even be eligible for it?
Yeah, so to be eligible, a student does need to have an individualized education plan or IEP. It is not label specific, so a student with an IEP who has significant mental health or behavioral health needs and really has a hard time functioning at school may be an appropriate candidate for the program. We only have 12 spots. We know the need is high, but we recommend that you have to go through the IEP team process to determine eligibility. So if parents do have questions about that, the mental health tab on marisa.org is under construction, but we will have a tab soon to discuss what day treatment is and the steps to take if anyone wanting more information.
Gotcha.
So,
is there a timeline of when parents can expect that information to be available yet?
I would say within the next few weeks, we're hoping to get that up and running. The classroom actually opens on March 4th, and we are working directly with all the schools in Marquette and Alger County to make sure that that we're going through the appropriate referral process.
Excellent. Well, Dr. Shavina, thanks for joining us and sharing that. We really
Thanks
appreciate
for having
it.
me.
You
Thank
bet. Still ahead tonight, Mike Ludlam has our sports report. NMU's McKaylee Kuhn is named the GLIAC's Offensive Player of the Week. He'll recap her stellar recent performances. And later, 140 years of OSF St. Francis Hospital in Escanaba. We'll show you how it started from pretty humble beginnings. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. The Jansen House in Marquette is looking for extra hands to help make some sandwiches. This is an ongoing need weekdays from 10 to noon. You'll be assembling Sammys, no experience required. And it's also a great chance to visit with guests and just learn more about the Jansen House. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, head to upersunited.com. We'll be right back after this.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
UP weather changes hour to hour and from one place to another. I'm Ariane Stasic. We take tracking our ever-changing winter weather seriously. You depend on 19 News to keep you updated when snow, ice, and wind are in the forecast. At First Warning Weather, we use the best tools and technology to see what's coming and keep you informed.
Be the first to know about snow with Ariane Stasic and WZMQ 19's First Warning Weather.
I'm Nora O'Donnell, and this is the new home for CBS News in the Upper Peninsula. We'll be looking for you right here on WZMQ 19.
The Baxter Family Survival Guide.
Dad, you taught us to be self-sufficient.
And yet you're all still here.
Rule number 1, expect the unexpected.
You want money, maybe you should do what other people do.
Get my own reality show. Dad, I'm trying.
Rule number 2, learn to adapt.
You're gonna use a glass, right?
Fine, hand me the big one.
Rule number 3, stand your ground.
You know, when we got married, I thought I was a smart one.
Last man standing.
You're watching home to CBS Mornings, WZMQ 19.
Good evening, everyone. The Upper Peninsula Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association had a little trouble trying to figure out who should be number 1 after Iron Mountain's boys lost its first game of the season to Menominee last week. Of course, that could change maybe again tonight when the Mountaineers cross the border and face Kingsford for the second time this season. As for now, Iron Mountain is still at number 1 with 3 of the 5 first-place votes and a 17-1 record that lost just to Kingsford. Marquette is second with a first-place vote. Kingsford is third with a first-place vote. Then it's Menominee and Jeffers. Taking a look at Division 4, we're rather confused at the moment, as you can tell. Munising is number 1 with 2 first-place votes, and Forest Park is second with 2 first-place votes. St. Ignace has the other one and is third. Then it's Pickford and Norway, with Rudyard and Lakeland and Hubble also getting votes. On the girls' side, Negaunee avenging its loss to Ishpeming last week, so the Miners are still number 1 with all 5 first-place votes. Bark River Harris a solid second, followed by Sault Ste. Marie, Houghton, Gladstone, and Escanaba are tied for 5th, and Menominee also picked up a tally. On the D4 side, Ishpeming unanimous number 1, suffering that loss to Negaunee last week, first one of the year. Baraga a unanimous second, then it's Lakeland and Hubble, St. Ignace and Ewan Trout Creek, with Munising, Big Bay, Denac also getting votes. NMU guard McKaylee Kuhn has been named the GLIAC Women's Offensive Basketball Player of the Week following back-to-back 25-point performances and a pair of home wins. She had 25 points and 10 rebounds Thursday against Parkside, then 25 more points and 6 rebounds to lead the Wildcats past the Pride on Saturday. She leads the conference at scoring at 17.4 points per game, and she's 4th in rebounds at 7.1. By the way, the NMU men are number 24 in the D2 poll this week. Skiing regionals yesterday, Division I at Marquette Mountain. The top 3 teams advanced to the state finals on February 26th, and the boys were 3rd behind TC West and TC Central. For the Sentinels, Sam DeLynn was 2nd in the slalom and the giant slalom. Brady Audette and Ben Kuhn also skied well. Same for the girls, West, Central, and Marquette. Lucy Stern, 8th in both the slalom and giant slalom. Ava Stern and Lexi Hammerstrom also did well. Division II was at Crystal Mountain. Harbor Springs and Petoskey 1st and 2nd. Best Houghton finish in the UP was 5th. Eli Heathman was 3rd in the slalom. Jack Heusler also did well. On the girls' side, congratulations to the Norway Cooperative team. They advanced to the state final February 26th. A 2nd place finish. Harbor Springs was 1st, Ironwood 6th. For the Knights, Ella Rizzo was 4th in the slalom, 11th in the giant slalom. Megan Bittinger and Sophie Roach also had a pair of top 20 finishes. So good results on the slopes, and let's hope they can maybe improve on that in a couple weeks.
For sure. Mike, thank you very much. A UP healthcare organization is celebrating a milestone anniversary in Delta County. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons shares the story.
This week, OSF St. Francis Hospital and Medical Group is celebrating 140 years in Escanaba.
In 1883, the Delta County Hospital was built. They quickly determined that they weren't going to be able to adequately staff the hospital, and so they began to look for solutions.
The attending physician reached out to the priest of St. Joseph's.
Sister Barbara Markford had a connection with the Sisters in Peoria and had heard about the work they were doing to provide health care.
A group of 5 sisters came to Escanaba and signed a contract in February of 1884. Launching what would become a long-standing tradition of Catholic healthcare for all in Delta County.
Our sister Mother Frances Crossy, she made a commitment that we would serve all individuals regardless of their ability to pay, and we serve the whole person, right, mind, body, and spirit when they come to us for care.
Years later, the sisters purchased the Delta County Hospital, officially taking on the name OSF St. Francis Hospital in 1913. OSF has grown extensively in the last 140 years and is looking forward to much more growth in the future.
We're opening our new cancer care building here later in the spring, bringing on our new cath lab in partnership with Bellin Health, continuing to seek partnerships or recruit for additional specialty services that we don't currently have in this area.
The public is invited to celebrate this anniversary with OSF, with Mass at St. Joseph and St. Patrick Catholic Church on Thursday and a blood drive at the YMCA on Friday. OSF archivists have also set up a historical display in the hospital's 2nd floor lobby, showcasing 140 years of mutual care between OSF and the community.
Healthcare is kind of a difficult business, and it takes a lot of resources to pull that off. We have just received such tremendous support from this community for 140 years and really want to celebrate our accomplishment of being here for 140 years with them.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Our wintry conditions continue with more scattered flurries across the region tonight. Ariane has the outlook next.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brewed beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Mike Ludlam Sports, only on WZMQ 19 News.
Race to savings at Menards. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out, building the highest quality doors at the best price. Design your door your way with our easy step-by-step design program. Or choose from our great in-stock selection, ready to take home today. Lock in great savings with our huge selection of Schlage door locks. Menards carries over 200 options of Schlage locks across several finishes and styles. Get this Seville Hall-in Closet lever for $19.99.
Race to savings now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I owe it to my parents.
They were the ones that had me check out NMU. After growing up here, going to college in the UP was just not on my radar. It wasn't until my first campus tour when I realized all of the opportunities waiting for me at Northern Michigan University. As I walk across the graduation stage, it feels like there are no limits to my dreams of the future.
Tonight, major travel disruptions as the Northeast digs out from heavy snow. Then, as many struggle to pay back their student loans, what are the consequences of skipping payments? And new rules for those who test positive for COVID on the CBS Evening News.
Our temperatures tonight will be in that 10 to 20 degree range. Current temperatures in the 20s at the most. And then tomorrow it is going to be very chilly in the morning for our Valentine's Day, with those temperatures in the low 20s to start, about 21 at 9 a.m. and then raising up to about 35 midday. And our Festival of the Sled Dog is also going to be very chilly this weekend.
We'll see you back here at 11:10 Central.